Hi.
Hi, Miss Grace.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, thank you for coming back to see me. I called you in. Well, first off, as you know, Miss Graves, school counselor. Um, Everything we say is confidential. It's private. It stays between us, unless the only time I'll need to tell someone is if you plan on hurting yourself, someone else, or if you are in danger. If someone's planning to hurt you. Other than that, everything is confidential and it stays between us. So, how have you been last week?
Um, I've been okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, last week we talked about getting some pretty detrimental text messages from an anonymous person, you and your girlfriend, and you were saying how it was making you feel a bit anxious, scared, and wanting to hurt yourself. So where are we on that this week? How do we feel now?
I was doing better because the messages had stopped for a few days, and I thought that, it was fixed. The problem was gonna go away. But right when I got to a point where I was feeling comfortable, like things were back to normal, the messages started coming back again, and they were even meaner and more hurtful words were said this time. So I'm kind of feeling the same way I did last time I was here now that the messages have started back up again.
Okay. So I'm hearing that the messages have gotten worse. They're continuing to come, and you still don't know who it is. So as far as your anxiety goes, how is that working? Like when you're at school, walking through the hallways around a group of people, your friends, how is the trust?
I still feel like I can't trust anyone because I don't know who's sending the messages. And I feel like when I walk down the hallway even more now than before, like people look at me like I feel like they know, or when people are laughing, I feel like they're laughing at me and they might not even be thinking about my situation or know anything about it. But I still feel like I don't want to come to school because I don't want to be around people because I don't know who knows. I don't know if they're making fun of me as I'm walking through the hallway during school or in class, because I don't know where the messages are coming from. So I really don't know who I can trust or who knows or anything like that.
So it sounds like you feel violated. No privacy, you don't know who to trust. You have these friends and these people who you were with all the time, and now, like you said, they're laughing, they're joking, and you think that you're the butt of the joke. You don't know if it's about you or what it's about, but it sounds like you feel violated. Your trust, like your privacy, your bubble, you feel violated.
Yeah, I guess so. Because some of the messages now are saying things that actually happened to me the same day, and it's like has me thinking and guessing like who was around during that time, because how do they know if they weren't here to see it?
Yeah.
And it's just scary even more than now. That's why I just want to stay at home and not even go anywhere.
So what about your...
It makes me feel scared.
Scared.
Not knowing who it is.
Yeah. Well, how is school? I know last week we talked about your schoolwork was being affected. You weren't really doing homework too much, staying on top of your lesson. So how is that? Has that improved since last week, or
No.
has it gotten worse, or how is that going?
My grades actually have went down even more now because I can't concentrate or focus on the things that I need to because of the messages.
Is your teacher and principal aware of what's going on? Have you talked to anybody? Or has anyone tried to reach out to you about your grades and find out why they're slipping? Or have you told
like
anybody?
I told you before, like I said before, I took it to my parents, and then my parents notified the police department, and they were investigating it. But now that they can't come up with any results, they have notified my principal at my school, along with the.
Well, how is it affecting your schoolwork? Have you told anybody? I know you said you weren't doing well last week, and you said they dropped even more this week. But has anyone asked you, have you talked to the teachers to let them know why you're struggling, what's going on, so that they can...
No, I really feel embarrassed to tell anybody about the situation because of the type of messages, and now the messages, so many of them have come, it has me believing that I am what it says it says.
Okay, so you said you're embarrassed to tell your teachers what's going on, and because some of the messages, because of the things they're saying, and it's starting to affect your confidence. You're actually believing the things that they're saying about you are true. Do you mind sharing some of what's being said or what's being texted to you?
Yeah, I guess so. So some of them, they tell me that I'm stupid. They tell me that I'm ugly, that I should stop coming to school, nobody likes me, I should just kill myself and just end it. And they told me that my girlfriend doesn't want to be with me, that she wants to break up, she likes some other guy at the school. And they just basically tell me that nobody wants to be my friend.
And all of that, you're starting to believe that it's affecting your self-confidence. So it sounds like it's affecting your thought process. It's affecting the way you think about yourself and how you feel about your self-confidence. But you do know that you're not ugly, you're not dumb, you're not stupid. You know those things are not true. And you don't feel that way about yourself. So why is it that you're allowing it to affect you?
I don't know. The messages just come so many times a day, so many messages, all times of the night, the morning, and they just come so many, so fast. It just has me believing maybe I am what they say I am. I know I'm not, but I can't get out of my head because every time I try to forget about it, another message comes across my phone or to my girlfriend. Yeah. And now one of my friends, the only friend I truly have, now he's getting messages.
So you said your girlfriend was receiving them as well. How is that relationship going? Are y'all still together? What's going on with that?
Well, no.
Y'all are broken up?
I decided to break up with her thinking maybe if we broke up, the messages would stop, because all the messages were saying, you need to break up, she doesn't like you, and she's dating somebody else. So I thought maybe if I did what the messages say, then they would stop, but they didn't. They just started coming even more now.
So you broke up with her in the hopes that the messages would stop, but they haven't. So after doing that, do you feel like you shouldn't have broken up with her, or what was the point, or?
Well, no.
And since you've broken up with her, how do you feel about it? Like, how does it make you feel?
I didn't want to do it, but we were fighting about the messages and some of the things that the messages were saying, that she was cheating and that I was cheating and that she didn't like me. So we were arguing about these things, even though they weren't true. It took over our relationship.
Yeah. So it cost you, these messages cost you a relationship, a very important relationship, sounds like.
Yeah.
One that was crucial.
Yeah.
What about any friendships?
No,
because
I don't.
You don't know who did it, and I know last week you were saying they were starting an investigation, so students, your friends, and other students have been pulled and investigated and questioned about this. How are they treating you now? Are they treating you any differently, or how is all of this, the investigation itself, how is it affecting or how is it affecting your friendships with these kids?
Well, I didn't really have many friends to begin with, but my one friend, it hasn't got to the point where we're not friends, but some of the messages that he's receiving now has him questioning our friendship. I really don't have a lot of friends, so except the one. But no, I just really don't trust anyone. And now the way my girlfriend and I are fighting, now my friend and I are starting to fight about some of the messages. So I really just keep to myself because I really don't know who it is.
Okay, well, we're coming towards the end of our session, but I want to give you some assignments to do for next week. One, as far as your grades go, let's try talking to our teachers. If you want, we can set up a time for you and I, along with the teachers, to meet. We can include your parents in that, and we can all sit down here in the office, and we can talk. You can that way give you a safe space and a safe place to confide in your teachers, to let them know privately what's going on and why it's affecting your grades. Or if you want, I can talk to them. If you don't mind, I can talk to your teachers one-on-one with them without you in there, if you don't mind. And another assignment would be let's start writing down our feelings, like journaling, so to speak. Write down, if you want, maybe write down a portion of the message, paraphrase it, and put down how that made you feel, or just like you keep in journal entries. Wake up that day and just write down how you're feeling that day. Talk about your day. Put your thoughts onto paper. I would definitely encourage you to confide more in your parents. Let them know how it's affecting you, so that they can keep an eye out on things, watch out for you. And I think that'll be it for this week. And then we'll just come back and we will meet next week, and we'll follow up and see how you're feeling. See how things have improved.
Okay, Miss Graves.
Thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.